For years, my family blamed me for ruining Christmas. Every single year, I heard the same words. You always make everything difficult. You ruin the holiday. You're the reason nobody enjoys Christmas anymore. What they never talked about was everything I did behind the scenes. The money, the planning, the cooking, the stress. I was the person who paid for the celebration, but somehow I was always the problem. So this year, I made one decision. I didn't show up. I didn't pay for anything. I didn't make any calls. I simply stayed home. And at exactly 6 p.m., my phone started ringing. First my daughter called, then my son, then other family members. But they weren't calling to wish me Merry Christmas. They were calling because they finally discovered what I had been doing all these years. My name is David, and for most of my life, Christmas was my favorite time of the year. When my children were young, I loved creating memories for them. I wanted them to experience the magic of family gatherings. Every December, I decorated the house. I cooked special meals. I bought gifts. I invited everyone. Those moments meant everything to me. Watching my children laugh around the Christmas table was worth every hour of work. But as my children grew older, something changed. The holiday that once brought us together slowly became something different. My family started expecting things from me. At first, I didn't mind. I was happy to help. I paid for the food. I organized the gathering. I arranged the decorations. I even bought gifts for relatives who barely spoke to me during the year. I told myself, this is what family does. But slowly, I noticed something painful. The more I gave, the less people appreciated it. Every year, a few days before Christmas, the pressure would begin. My daughter would call and say, Dad, make sure everything is perfect this year. My son would say, don't forget we are bringing extra guests. Nobody asked how I was doing. Nobody asked if I needed help. They only asked what I had prepared. Then came the criticism. If the food was slightly different, I was blamed. If the decorations were not impressive enough, I was blamed. If someone had a bad mood, somehow, it became my fault. One year, after spending thousands of dollars and weeks preparing everything, my family sat at the dinner table complaining. My daughter looked around and said, Christmas doesn't feel special anymore. I was shocked. I wanted to ask her, do you know who spent months trying to make it special? But I stayed quiet. Then my son added, Dad, you always make things stressful. Those words hurt, because I had spent my entire life trying to give them happiness. That night, after everyone left, I sat alone in my living room. The Christmas lights were still glowing. The table was still full of leftovers. And for the first time, I asked myself a question. Why am I working so hard for people who don't even see it? The following year, I decided something different. I would not fight. I would not complain. I would simply stop doing everything. When December arrived, my family assumed I was preparing the usual celebration. My daughter called. Dad, what are your plans for Christmas? I calmly replied, I'm staying home this year. There was silence. What do you mean? I mean I'm not hosting Christmas. She laughed. Dad, you're joking, right? No, I'm serious. She sounded disappointed. But everyone expects Christmas at your house. I replied, I know, but this year, I need some rest. She didn't understand. Nobody did. They thought I was being difficult again. They thought I was trying to make a point. But I wasn't angry. I was simply tired. Christmas Day arrived. For the first time in decades, I woke up peacefully. No rushing, no shopping, no cooking for hours, no worrying about whether everyone was satisfied. I made myself a simple breakfast. I watched a movie. I enjoyed the quiet. Then evening came. Around 6 p.m., my phone rang. It was my daughter. I answered. Hello. Her voice sounded stressed. Dad, where are you? I smiled. I'm home. She paused. But nobody knows what to do. I asked, what do you mean? She said, the food isn't ready. Nobody planned anything. Everyone is just sitting here. For the first time, they realized something. Christmas didn't happen by itself. The perfect dinner, the beautiful decorations, the gifts, the memories. Someone had been creating all of it. And that someone was me. A few minutes later, my son called. His voice was different. Dad, I think we owe you an apology. I stayed quiet. He continued, we never realized how much you did. Those words meant more than he knew. Not because I wanted praise, but because I wanted to feel appreciated. I told him, I never needed everyone to thank me every day. I just wanted my family to understand that my effort came from love. The next morning, my children came to my house. They brought food. They brought gifts. But most importantly, they brought something they had forgotten. Gratitude. My daughter hugged me and said, Dad, we thought Christmas was about what you provided. But we realized Christmas was special because you were the one bringing everyone together. That moment changed our family. The following year, Everyone helped. My son cooked. My daughter decorated. Everyone contributed. Christmas became a family event again, not something one person carried alone. And I learned an important lesson. Sometimes people don't understand your value until they experience your absence. Never take someone's kindness for granted. The person who always helps, the person who always shows up, the person who quietly sacrifices, may be the person who needs appreciation the most. Family is not built by one person giving everything. Family is built when everyone gives something. So remember, say thank you while people are still there, because sometimes you don't realize someone's importance until they stop doing everything they always did.